Hello everyone, my name is Daniel AHZA, and I will be talking about climate change and its effects on the world. I'm from the class DUE10112, and this talk we will cover the main causes of climate change, the effects of climate change, and how can we prevent it from happening. So without further ado, let's start. Okay, now we are going to start with causes of climate change. There are four primary reasons of why it's happening, and one of them is burning fossil fuel. An example would be like a car which is using oil, like the name implied, sorry, fossil fuel, and it will release gas carbon emission. And I won't say gas carbon emission much because it's going to be too much. And another example would be like using a lump of coal. Like in factories, they would use it. Maybe if one factory use it, it's fine. But there's a lot of factories which is gonna release a lot more. And the second point is cutting down trees. Cutting down trees, when the gas go up, we need the trees to absorb it and for it to release the oxygen back for us to breathe. Without them, yeah, we're not gonna be alive. So we need them alive and a bunch. And the third point is livestock farming. Why it's bad for us? Because it's not bad for us, but it's like a positive in a negative, or a negative in a positive, something like that. Because when you do a livestock farming, you need a lot of grassland, and when you need a lot of grassland, you're gonna cut down a lot more trees. So that's why it's bad. And for the fourth one is natural factors like volcanic eruptions, earthquake, tidal wave. It's happened naturally, but it's not a lot. Like it's not a lot of damage compared to the burning of fossil fuel and cutting down trees. So in summary, human activities like burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and agriculture are the main drivers of why climate change is happening and releasing gases that trap heat and warmed up our planet. Okay, and next we are going to talk about what happens when it gets warmer or the effects of climate change. Now, effects of climate change. The main thing we need to focus on when it comes to effects of climate change is the rising temperature, which is very critical because it increased drought, it caused melting ice and rising sea levels, and it will put people in a more danger for their health. Now, when it's hotter, it will increase drought, and when there's a drought, if it's a farmland and there's a drought, there's not going to be much food coming out of it, which is bad for the people because they need the food to survive. And when it's hotter, the ice melting will cause loss of species like the polar bear. If there's no ice for them to walk on, are they just gonna drown? Which is bad. That's a bad thing. And then rising ocean, more land for us. Like people will go to poverty and displacement because of rising rising water, rising ocean. My bad, rising ocean. It will it will eat up their homes, and then so they will have to like get out of the area and find a new place to stay. So in summary, the consequences of climate change are extensive, affecting our daily life, ecosystem, weather, and health, demonstrating why we need to combat this immediately. For my next slide, I will be talking about what can we do to make it better or solution and efforts to reduce climate change. So now we will be talking about the solution and efforts to reduce climate change. So for the first one, we have renewable energy at home. This could be like a solar on top of the roof. Instead of using traditional electricity, we could use the reusable energy, like sorry, like the solar. And we have energy efficient appliances. That's usually like a label when you buy something. Like that's 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. And if you buy the more star it have, it means like the more efficient it is with using energy. Yeah, we should buy more star because it would use less energy and it would run better anyway. So yeah, and then water use reduction. We have to be mindful of our water usage, as in like don't waste all the clean water. Some people does not have the like the like the like the easy we get how easy we get water. Some people don't have it, and then buy better bulbs. I think this is about the same as in like energy efficient appliances. You buy better bulbs that is doesn't release that much carbon emission. And then raise awareness. This talks about how we as a community need to work together, as in like reminding each other like, hey, don't use too much, blah blah blah. It could be effectful to everyone. And then pull the plug. This pretty much is say just don't waste electricity. Taking less meat. Now this could mean like we are saying to the to the herder to not expand too much of their land because we still need some space for the forest for us to still have trees and get a fuel efficient vehicle. This talks about how we should use electric car instead of gasoline cars, because gasoline cars use a lot of carbon emission. Like the main driving force like we talked about is mostly cars, and electric cars does not have that. Electric cars you just charge it and it doesn't have any smoke, which is good. And last one, protect green spaces. This talks about how we need to plant the trees or any plant actually, so we can have more green in the earth. So uh, in summary, it is essential we must stick together to slow climate change and secure a sustainable future. So now let's look back to what we have discussed. We have talked about causes. Just there are four primary main causes, like burning fossil fuel, deforestation, agriculture, and some natural causes. And we have talked about the effects of how bad it can be if we doesn't combat this. How it's just gonna get hotter, and it would be just bad for everyone and the earth and animals too. And we have talked about prevention of how we can help to change things out. So, in end words, I'm gonna say climate change affects us all, and the choices we make today shape the future. Let's work together to reduce our impact, protect the planet, and create a safer world for future generations. We can make a difference starting now. Thank you for listening.